Now, I don't exactly know with 100% certainty that the thing I'm about to tell you was paranormal per se, but it shook me up something fierce. One of those moments that sears into your brain and you see sometimes when you close your eyes, you know. My family's got a log cabin, a sort of summer cottage. Only cottage is a rather generous term for it. Shack might be more appropriate. Rusty well water on the tap, a wood stove for warmth, and a decrepit old outhouse for doing your business in. Obviously, to keep the place nice, you build the outhouse a good distance from the cabin, so people don't gotta smell it all the time. This also means that when you wake up in the middle of the night and you really gotta go, you got a good hike ahead of you through the dark woods. When I was 12, I thought I was hot stuff. I had a younger brother who was afraid of his own shadow when it came to that place. I used to scare the living daylights out of him at night and get in a good deal of trouble for it. One day, we'd gotten into a decent number of fights, so instead of bunking in the same room as him, I slept in the adjacent room. I don't know what time it was I woke up, but it was plenty dark, and everybody was so quiet you could hear the bugs outside, which is always disconcerting. I like to at least hear someone snoring to know the world didn't end while I was asleep. And I had to go pretty bad, so I sat up, and I was looking for my shoes in the dark when something thumped against the wall right behind me. That was the wall to the bunk room. I ignored it, but it happened again. I was so curious as to what was going on in there, I tried taking a peek through one of the knotholes in the wall. What the hell did I see but a goddamn eye looking right back at me? Damn thing nearly startled me half to death, and I hissed, "God damn it, Ben!" My brother's name. I pounded my fist against the wall in the hopes of giving him a good rap, then fumbled through the cabin to the front door to head to the outhouse, grabbing the flashlight my father left by the door for just such an occasion. So I headed to the outhouse, and everything went quiet, because you spook all the forest animals with your waving that light around and crunching through all the branches and stuff. My brother peeking through the wall had spooked me a little, but I was generally more concerned with what would happen if I ever crossed paths with a bear out there at night. I got to the outhouse and I went inside, and it was lit by this single, like probably 5-watt light bulb that was connected by yards of extension cords to an outlet by the house that you had to flip on. As soon as I entered, all the crickets and birds started with their noise again. I was finishing up my business, and a minute or two later, the light went out. At the same time, all the noise stopped again. I just cursed and turned on the flashlight, figuring Ben was being an ass, or maybe he got up to go and didn't know the light was already on. I pulled up my pajamas, fumbled around with the seat, and then I heard someone trudging up the path. They stopped outside the outhouse and didn't make a sound. I just stood there listening for a moment, waiting for them to knock, but they never did. The edge of the door had half a knothole in it, so I leaned forward to take a look through to see who it was. There was the same goddamn eye staring back at me through the knothole. I jerked away, and now pissed, I sat down and kicked the door with the flat of my foot. I heard the person stumble backward a second, and there was this sound, like a giant breath, like someone just sucking all this air in, and then wham! The damn door came in like someone hit it with a battering ram. The door didn't open, mind you. It buckled. The wood splintered inward, cracked almost in half in places, but the door held. It didn't matter, because I just started yelling. No, I'll be honest, I was screaming bloody murder. I thought for sure I just pissed off the granddaddy of all bears and it was going to bust its way in and eat me. It was a good thing I just finished going, let me tell you. I did not stop screaming until I heard people yelling and lots of running in my direction. I heard my mother yelling, and then my father banged on the door until I unlocked it. My parents saw the door and instantly thought it was a bear. My brother Ben was still in bed. I actually scared him so bad with my screaming that he wet the bed rather than get up and go. I tell you though, I've seen bears since, and they don't have eyes like we've got. What I saw who I saw. That was a human eye. At least I think it was. And if it wasn't, what was it doing in the bunk room, peeking out at me before I went out? I never slept alone in the cabin after that, and I haven't been back there in years.